we're back. What's up, everybody? You know who it is? Big Mike. What BZ Cooks. All right, so as I stated before, today we're going to be making collard greens. Now, we're going to be doing this in the Instapot. So, as I said before, this is going into the Instapot series. So I'm going to briefly go over the ingredients. We're going to get the video started. It's a simple recipe to make. I think the prep time of the greens is what takes the longest because I do cut the stems out, and I'll show you how I do that. I just don't like stems in my greens. Some people do. Some people tend to think that when you take the stems out, that's where all the nutrients are. Hey, listen, you're cooking these down to they tender. So any raw nutrients that are in these greens, you're cooking them out. There's not gonna be any more of that. It's still a healthy, alternative. It's better than eating cake. You look, the stems, you're cooking it out. You're cooking it out, man. It's not gonna be there. So that being said, let's get into the ingredients. So first thing we're gonna do, now you don't have to use this. Some people use turkey, some people use ham, some people use ham hocks. Some people make vegetarian collard greens. You can do that. So, and it can still taste really good. But today, we're gonna be using meat from a ham shake, okay? So, there it is right there. We got some meat from a ham shake, okay? So that the whole ham shank, I just took the ham shank and I cut it, the meat off. But normally what I'll do though is I'll make the pot liquor first, and we're gonna do that today too. I'll talk to you about pot liquor. As a matter of fact, look over here. This is the description. This is what pot liquor is. Okay, so read that so you'll know. For those of you who are not acquainted with the Southern slang, okay, that's pot liquor. FYI. All right, cool. So moving on, we got one whole onion chopped up. We've got some minced garlic. Now, you can mince up your own garlic. That takes time. I just buy the minced garlic and put a tablespoon of minced garlic in there. Red pepper flakes. This is optional too, but I do like to have a little bit of heat in my greens. All right, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now, the brown sugar, you're thinking like, what the heck, why are you putting sugar in greens? Greens are bitter, and this helps kill some of the bitterness in the greens. We're gonna add probably 1/3 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. Make sure you add that. And I've got some seasoning salt. Now what I'm gonna do with the seasoning salt, I'm gonna put a little bit in when we're sauteing our onions and garlic, and that's what we're gonna do first. But I kind of layer the seasoning salt. And then when you're done, kind of taste it, and then figure out if you need to add more seasoning salt to it, okay? So we're gonna get the video started, so stay tuned. We'll be right back, and I'll show you how I trim the greens.
All right, so first and foremost, guys, let me apologize for the angle of the camera. In my attempt to give an overhead view, it went into portrait mode, so my apologies. So here we go with the trimming of the greens. You're gonna take a small paring knife, and we're going to lay your greens flat and cut right along the sides of the stem. As I stated before, I do not like stems, so I cut them out. Now, if you like stems, by all means, go right ahead. Keep them in there. Get all those nutrients out of those stems, but I'm going to cut them out. So as you can see, it's real easy to do. You just cut along the side there and trim them out. All right, so after I'm done doing that, I typically take 2 or 3 of the bunches and I roll them up. Now this is one bunch, but I'm gonna roll it up, and then I'm gonna take my chef's knife and just cut them. All right, so I'm just gonna take my chef's knife and cut the greens. Now you can cut these as thin as you would like to. As you can see, I'm not cutting them very thin, but this is the size that I like to cut them, and they cook down pretty nice doing that. I know you're looking thinking I'm gonna cut my fingers off. Hey, I know what I'm doing out here, y'all. All right, so once you're done with that, gonna move on to the next line item, and that's gonna be kale. Now I add kale to my greens because they are not as bitter. They're a lot sweeter than the green, because greens are just a bitter green. And I'm doing the same exact thing, taking the paring knife and going along the sides of the stem, because I don't want those stems from the kale in there either. So I'm gonna cut those out. Now you can do that, or you can just pull them off, and because they come off really easy when you're using kale. So that's one way you can do it, or another way you can do it. All right, so once all that's done, I cleaned those greens and the kale, and we're going to add some olive oil to our Instapot so we can start sauteing our garlic and the onions. All right, so first I'm going to put the onions in there, saute those down until they're like just soft or translucent. All right, so once I'm done with that, then I'm going to add my garlic and saute that in there as well. And if you guys know about sauteing garlic and onions, man, it will have a really pleasant aroma going throughout the whole entire house. So in the beginning of the video, I forgot to add an ingredient, 1 cup of chicken broth to the recipe. There's our third of apple cider vinegar. Then right after that, we're going to add our brown sugar. You're going to let this simmer, but I did add the meat to it. I just forgot to put the clip into the video. So make sure you add your meat to this when you are simmering and boiling it down. All right, so we'll put our lid on, let that cook down. And we're going to come back to start to add our greens into the pot. All right, so you can see the meats in there. You see that? All right, so we're adding our greens now. Now notice each time I add a layer of greens, I'm going to put seasoning salt over the top of it. Now I didn't use all of the seasoning salt. I just sprinkled it on the top just to get, you know, some seasoning in between the layers of the greens. I didn't want to put all the greens in there and just dump seasoning salt on it. So do that for each time you put a layer of greens in there, and you should be a-okay. And this was 6 bunches of greens, and I was able to get it all in there. Okay, just mash it in there. Okay, gonna put our top on. We're gonna set our timer to 5 minutes, and we'll be back. And 5 minutes is up. So release the steam, and you are all set. Done. Take the lid off, and look at that, man. Those greens are nice and tender. And hey, that's all to it, guys. 5 minutes and we are absolutely done.
All right, well, as you can see, man, that is pretty much all to it. 7 minutes and greens are tender. Man, unbelievable. Let me let you get a look at this. Doesn't that look incredible? Man, I'm telling you. Is he gonna mukbang again? No, but I am gonna taste it. So I'm gonna get a little bit of the ham shank in there. So the kale really gives it a nice sweetness, because as you know, collard greens are really they're a bitter green. So that's why we added the brown sugar, you know, just a tad bit. I'm getting that kick from the red pepper flakes. Really good. And you can't go wrong with this. You saw that I put 6 bunches. It was 6 bunches of greens that I put in there, along with another 6 bunches of kale. And you saw what it reduced down to. Hey, that's pretty much the end of the video. I don't really have a whole lot to say. I appreciate you guys for sticking around and listening to my spiel in the beginning. But hey, that's me. So we're gonna roll with BZ Cooks. Don't forget down below in the comment section to put if you think I should go with, well, not necessarily what I should go with. I'm gonna let the people choose. If you like Mad Dog, fine. Let's take that route. But just know that I'm reluctantly taking on that role because it's really not me anymore, at least. But Big Mike Henry, whatever you guys decide, we'll see. I'll count the comments and respond accordingly, but we'll see where we go from there. Hey, with that being said, this is the end of the video. Until next time, don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, there are some haters out there. I don't want to point anymore because the last time I pointed, I was way off. So hey, down below, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you will get notified when we make our next video, okay? All right, guys, so we're signing off. This is Big Mike with BZ Cooks, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.